The Russian government is questioning claims that its forces fired artillery over the border into Ukrainian military positions. During a news conference, Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said that Russia will not, quote, fall into hysterics over Western sanctions amid the fighting in Ukraine. Lavrov has repeatedly accused both Kiev and Washington of stoking the conflict in Ukraine. CCTV's Tom Barton is in Moscow with more on that part of the story. Tom?
Hi there. Yes, this comes in response to US pictures published purportedly showing that there has been craters in the ground in the Ukrainian side of the Ukrainian-Russian border, and the US State Department saying that those craters created by rocket batteries that they say were fired from the Russian border. Strong denials of that from Moscow today, following earlier denials as well, and aspersions cast over that evidence most strongly by Russia's defense ministry, saying, as far as they're concerned, that there is not location data with those photographs and that they are too low resolution to be authenticated. That in direct opposition to what Kiev and Washington are saying, they pointing the finger at Moscow, and Moscow once again pointing the finger at Kiev for these cross-border shelling incidents. And there has been much international debate over who is to blame for this.
Russian state media says that Russia's defense ministry has cast doubt on images published by the US government to back up its claim that Russia has fired artillery into Ukraine. A spokesperson questioned the image's lack of exact reference to location and the extremely low resolution. Neither do the two sides agree on downed Malaysian flight MH17, with Foreign Minister Lavrov calling for no cover-up, which is precisely what Russia and pro-Russian militants in eastern Ukraine have been widely accused of.
Only the honest, open participation of all those who have access to information about the crash can be regarded as normal. Anything else we will consider deceitful attempts to influence the investigation.
The images show marks on the ground and impact craters, suggesting fire from multiple rocket launchers, according to the US.
The pictures also indicate the separatists are using heavy artillery supplied by Russia, the US says. Russian state media says that the upper house of parliament, the Federation Council, has called the US claims absurd.
The Ukrainian military is mounting a major push to isolate and eventually oust the pro-Russian militants from the self-proclaimed Donetsk People's Republic. It would be a huge symbolic and strategic victory, which Russia doesn't want to happen, say observers.
The Ukrainians are trying to cut off the rebel line of supply from Russia, and if they manage to do that, that's the end of the rebellion. And the end military total defeat of the rebellion, routing, is not acceptable for Russia. It's not acceptable politically.
On Sunday, Russia's government said that recent international inspections had revealed no evidence of Russian military violations, without giving details.
Of course, all of this inextricably linked with the ongoing fighting and vicious reports of it in the east of Ukraine. Ukrainian government forces attempting to push out those pro-Russian rebels, and also the crash scene around the downed flight MH17, with new information coming out there from Ukrainian officials that perhaps, as far as they were concerned, they say the plane punctured by shrapnel from an anti-aircraft missile that caused a massive decompression. It is not known, though, who perhaps fired that missile.
Tom Barton reporting live for us from Moscow. Thank you for the update.